that's also a kind of suffering, because it's like loneliness. So then what can Krishna do?
Well, I don't know, but I feel like it seems like that is not really very important.
What?
You know? Because this is becoming very abstract, but it's self-evident.
What?
It's self-evident to see that the animals in the slaughterhouse, they are suffering. So it's obvious that this is not good.
No, but
right?
if you stop, let's say you stop the animals in the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, then the meat eaters, you say
they will suffer.
Yeah, but why do the meat eaters want to eat meat? It's not really their choice. They just like meat.
Want to live?
Excuse?
Why do the animals want to live?
Why do the animals want to live?
Yeah.
Because it's just their instinct.
Because they want to enjoy, right?
Right, okay.
So the meat eaters also want to enjoy.
Right,
so if enjoyment is the principle, then the meat eaters are also valid. They shouldn't be allowed to suffer in that way by not eating meat. And the animals are also valid, so then what to do?
Well, we already talked about it. You can give the meat eaters meat in a different way, without killing the animals.
But what if if their enjoyment is that the animals die, because actually there are people like that, they're hunters, you know, they like to hunt the animal, they like to kill the animal, they get satisfaction from the chase, the kill, the fact that it's a living being. I know friends like that they like the fact that it's a dead animal. So then they're suffering if they don't, their enjoyment is stopped if they don't get to kill the animal. So you also create suffering for him.
But why do these people want to kill the animals? Where does this enjoyment come from? But how come
the animals want to enjoy?
Because, yeah, how come? That's my question. How come anyone wants to enjoy?
Internally.
Yes, but why does someone wants to enjoy this and someone else wants to enjoy another thing?
Well, that's just individual desire.
So that's all free will, completely.
People have different desires, just like I like, my favorite color is blue and your favorite color is green. Can you explain it? No, it just has no origin. It's just, we're individuals, we have free will, desire.
Right, but I didn't choose that my favorite color is blue. It just is so. I have no control over it.
Exactly.
So, how come my favorite color is blue?
You just explained it.
Because it's not a free will choice. It just is.
Yeah.
So.
It's part of your personality.
Right.
So it's similarly, according to Vedas, Anandamaya Vihasa, we're all full of pleasure eternally. It's our nature. Just like water is wet. Can you explain why water is wet? No, it's just water is wet.
Right. But are you saying that if someone wants to if someone wants to hurt others, that is an eternal?
No, but that's his desire. That's his enjoyment in this life.
Right. Because he's conditioned.
Yeah.
So why doesn't Krishna just remove bad conditioning?
He does. It's called liberation. It's called Krishna consciousness.
So why doesn't he do it without? Because there is like Kripa
Siddhi.
Kripa Siddhi. So why doesn't he give everyone Kripa Siddhi?
The Prabhupada says Kripa Siddhi means that he gives you the process.
Right, but why doesn't he just?
Because it might be a suffering for you to go back to Krishna. Because you don't want to go back to Krishna. You want to enjoy the material world. That's why we came here. So it would be like just so many people, you know, we say take to Krishna consciousness, and there's a suffering for them. They don't want to do it because they don't want to be Krishna conscious. It would be suffering to force them to do it. So that's why this philosophy that why can't Krishna just make it like this is actually the philosophy. You're making Krishna evil in that philosophy.
Yes.
Because you're by that. If Krishna was to do that, that would make him evil actually.
Oh.
Because by force, he's forcing people to do things they might not necessarily want to do.
But why is forcing someone to be good a bad thing, and allowing them to do bad stuff is a good thing?
No, your good and bad is relative. That's what I'm explaining. The good and bad you're speaking of is only good and bad for you, but your good and bad might be bad and good for another person. You want no animals to be slaughtered, but other people, they want animals to be slaughtered.
But that's because we're in the material world. In the spiritual world,
yes,
there is no.
Yes,
there is no relative.
That's why you should go back.
Yes.
But if Krishna was to force it, then there would also be suffering for them. What should Krishna force exactly?
But he could just make us happy. Let's say if someone decides, okay, I will chant Hare Krishna because he says everyone will be happy if we chant Hare Krishna, so I start chanting Hare Krishna, but I still don't feel happy. Why doesn't he immediately make you happy? why is it such a bad thing to want happiness by chanting Hare Krishna?
Well, like, if you chant Hare Krishna, you become happy.
It's not my experience.
Well, if you follow the process of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, but then there is always something else that you need to do, like more and more. So it's always.
What can be done? It's like, I want to be not hungry. Well, eat the foods. Well, if I want to eat the food, I have to get up. I have to sit down. I have to put it in my mouth.
If you start,
I have to swallow. Well, yeah, but that's the process. That's how you become not hungry.
But there should be a clear immediate effect. If I start,
no, it's not. Look, if you're hungry, and there's food over there on the table,
yeah,
and you say, I want to look at the food and make myself not hungry. Will it work?
No, but you can eat one grape and that will already be a little bit satisfying.
You have to do so many things. You have to go to the fridge. You have to unbox the grapes. You have to wash them. You have to put it in your mouth. You have to follow a process how to get that satisfaction. So similarly with Krishna consciousness, if you don't follow it, how can you expect they will work?
But Prabhupada says, one time chanting Hare Krishna can liberate you.
Can. But how it liberates you, that you have to study. Why? He doesn't say it will. You chant Hare Krishna one time and you'll become immediately fully ecstatic. He never says that. He says there's a process. Chant 16 rounds, follow the 4 regs, preach Krishna consciousness. Yeah, there's a process specific.
Well, I did all of that actually, and I was still not happy.
Did you do
I mean, you can go on. You say you have to 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. Yes. You can say, I don't know, but it's almost impossible for us to be 24 hours.
Why impossible? It's not impossible. We're doing in Bliss.
Are you sure?
Bliss South London. Expand the Bliss on Facebook. Expand the Bliss London on Facebook. We're doing. We're doing it. We feel happy. Otherwise, why am I here? In pink dress with a peanut butter on my face. I don't do
It's
drugs.
peanut butter.
No.
Could be. Hi.
That gets everyone. So we're happy.
I'm a rascal. Oh, so weird. Yeah, I don't know. Something doesn't taste right. It seems like we're brushing some very bad experiences under the rug very easily. Like, oh, Krishna cannot do anything. I think it's a bit easy to say.
Like what?
Like do what? Yeah, but
what?
we're going to go in circles.
Under the rug.
I've made my point and you've made your point, so it's like I either have to accept you or you have to accept me, but
that's how argument works.
so I shouldn't.
Well, if
it's
the point is if it's right, then you should accept it.
But what do you think, Dieter? Huh? No, but seriously. Like,
What do you think?
yeah, I'm not.
Is it
I'm not.
right or-
There's, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel completely. This whole relative thing, like I can kill an animal because I would feel bad if I don't kill an animal. It doesn't seem to be completely on the same scale.
But
Like,
if you ask a meat eater, it will be a suffering for him. He can't stop it. He's addicted. It's a suffering for him. You can ask them. If you force a meat eater to stop eating
But
meat, he's gonna be tortured for him.
also in nature and with everything, the prey also suffers way more than the predator is enjoying. Like the predator is just really
No, but if the
satisfying his hunger, but the prey is going through great anguish and pain and everything.
No,
It's
but
just
if
not
the
in
predator
proportion.
is hungry, he's also suffering. Starvation
Yeah.
is a great suffering.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I don't know.
The children in Africa,
Mm.
when they starve and they have the bellies, and isn't it suffering? Isn't it horrible? So that's starvation is also. So if the predator doesn't get his food, he's suffering.
Then we come, but meat-eating people, they don't need to eat meat, of course, and it's still existing. Most of the animals are actually farm animals these days. So
No, but because he thinks he has to eat meat, therefore he suffers. But he's suffering nonetheless. So suffering is relative to each person. So if you force everyone to do a certain thing, the other people, they become unhappy.
well, let them be unhappy.
Well, then you're
They are
just
not-
like, then
they
you're
shouldn't
just
be
like
allowed.
the evil Krishna that you so much don't want to surrender to. That's just.
No,
that's just
I will
the
surrender
Krishna.
to this Krishna, to the Krishna who is for for the poor innocent.
You want to surrender to an evil Krishna who
Yes.
forces everyone to be happy, even they don't want to be happy.
Yes.
And they have to
Yes.
put their fingers on their mouth like this and make a smile, even though they're not happy. Otherwise, Krishna is going to punish them. That's you want to surrender to the evil Krishna. Actually, you're saying
Sure.
I want to surrender to Krishna because he's evil, but actually, the Krishna that you want is an evil Krishna.
Do you agree?
Forceful evil Krishna who forces everyone to be
Do
happy.
we both have a point, or what do you think?
I'm with Maitreya Prabhu, I think.
Really?
On this one, because I feel like in the material world we're causing suffering. Well, we are causing suffering ourselves. You know, Krishna is only fulfilling our wish of going to the material world,
Right.
and Krishna is fulfilling the wish of the one person who wants to eat the meat,
Yes.
and it's causing the suffering for the other. If you don't want that to happen, well, then just go back to Krishna. If you want your selfish desires and you want to be the enjoyer instead of having, you know, Krishna be the ultimate enjoyer. If you want to be the enjoyer yourself, then it will come at a cost. And you have to accept that, and if you don't want to accept it, then you can always go back to Krishna.
You cannot always go back to Krishna.
Krishna.
You only have one chance in 1 million lifetimes.
That,
So you
that's
can.
the other thing.
It's not so easy. It's not. The animal cannot decide. Oh, now I want to go back to Krishna. They're just helplessly suffering, and they cannot do anything
But
about
they
it.
chose. That's what we were saying. They chose.
didn't know what they were choosing.
No, they did. They did know what
No,
they were
they
choosing.
didn't know.
No, Prabhupada says that we knew.
Maybe at the time of going to the
Well, I
material
don't
world they
believe that.
did. But
I don't believe I chose.
Well,
Full knowing.
You might not believe, but
I don't believe
what's
it.
the use of that?
You cannot prove that I knew what I was signing up for when I went to the material world.
but apparently you also forgot, so you must have been signing up for the forgetfulness anyway.
I don't believe that. You cannot prove.
I cannot prove.
Do you could believe that you actually made an agreement that yes, Krishna, I know that I'm going to a very bad place. No, I don't really believe.
But I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
I think
No,
we-
just
There's
it's
only
quite
one.
simple. Just like there are people who are thieves, right?
Mm.
But they know that if I get caught, the government are going to punish me. I spend my whole life in
But
jail.
weren't Jaya and Vijaya forced to go to material world?
No,
They didn't
just-
want to go.
But just take this example, because
Okay.
this is the principle. So if someone, he knows that if I make a theft, I'm going to be punished, but still he does it. And even some people, they're punished for the theft. They get out of jail and they thieve again. It happens in this life, within our memory. We have experience. So why it can't happen in the spiritual world also?
Maybe they have already forgotten that they committed the previous crime.
No, they know. They know.
knows. The thief knows. I don't know. I don't know what I did to be in this
No,
body.
but the thief, he has experience of the suffering, and still he accepts the same suffering again. So why? Your point was that in the spirit, I don't believe that I could sign up for suffering.
Mhm.
I don't believe I would sign up for material enjoyment, even if I knew that it would cause me suffering. I don't believe I would do that. But people do that. So why do you have a difficulty to accept that?
I'm not a thief. I don't know. I just don't think.
You gained your intelligence through spiritual progression in your previous lives, and now you're at a stage where you are able to realize that maybe this isn't so great after all. Maybe that's Krishna gave you that blessing, you know. Krishna gave you the blessing of not liking the current world, so that you may, you know, attempt to return.
But it seems that Krishna people, Hare Krishnas, they do like the material world. They say it's all good because it's from Krishna. It's from Krishna, so it's good. Purujit Prabhu, you should show yourself. you once said in a video, it's good that the cows are being killed because this is Krishna's plan. So it has a purpose, so therefore it's good. Everything Krishna allows is good.
Yes, it's good because it's a perfect arrangement. Because the cow, he was a rascal in his life, so he killed someone. It would be injustice. It would be evil. If Krishna made a system where the person kills a cow and then he doesn't himself get killed as a cow in the next birth, that would be evil.
I don't know, that would just be... You could just teach someone in different ways, you know, you don't always have to be so
No.
brutal.
It would be evil. Wouldn't it be evil if Krishna said, okay, if you said, I know you're not like that, but let's say you had a desire to kill a cow. You might have that desire. People have such desires. Wouldn't it be evil if Krishna said, no, you can't do that? If he forced you?
No, because we do that now also. If Dieter tells me I'm now going to kill a cow, I will stop him. I'm not evil for stopping him.
Why?
Because the cow is innocent. I mean, he's and what's the word? He's impeding on the cow's right. You know, what is the word? He's like
Imposing?
he's imposing his desire.
Wish,
He's
imposing the wish on.
he's imposing he's imposing
Desire,
suffering on
imposing
another
desire,
being.
yeah.
So he's wrong.
If you stop someone from having free will, isn't that evil?
But I mean,
Like, okay, let's
Even
say he
this is
doesn't. Let's say he doesn't want to kill the cow, but let's say he has free will, and you stop him, you lock him in a box, and say, because you might kill a cow, you can't leave this box. Isn't that evil?
Well, you can lock every person
You can
in
lock
history in a
every
box.
person.
Yeah.
but that's not what we do. We just stop someone if they're about to kill a cow.
No, but you said that Krishna should make it so that
Mm.
you can't even have such desires. But that, in a nutshell, is this same thing. That if I give Dita free will, he might do something wrong. So better I lock him up and force him to not have such possibility of such desires. But that's the idea of Krishna that you have, or that you say should be.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think it's so bad to be in the box, so called.
Okay, so
Actually.
it is like
Yeah,
that.
I don't, because you make it sound like it's so bad to be in the box, but the box is not so bad. You have so many other things you can do. You know, you don't.
No, but if he's in the box, he also can't do good things.
You can chant Hare Krishna in the box.
But it should
No,
not
you
be.
don't. You're not helping. No, but if he's in the box, he can't. He also hasn't got freedom to do nice things. Also, he can't love.
Krishna can give the freedom to do the good things.
But that's not freedom. If he only gives freedom to do the good things, that's not freedom. It's like, it's like I have a gun to you, and I say do whatever you like, But if you do this other thing, I'm gonna shoot you. Is that freedom? Is that really freedom?
But
No.
that's what he's doing now. You have to chant Hare Krishna, or otherwise I torture you for a billion years.
No, it's not.
He's.
It's not. No, you choose to be here in the material world, and you.
Yes,
and
and if you
creating
choose that, then
suffering,
you suffer.
you're creating suffering for other living beings by being here, and so you're getting punished for that. And you can choose to stop creating suffering for other living beings by chanting Hare Krishna. Every time you walk, you're stepping on billions of. There's a whole.
Yeah,
City.
but whose fault is that? He has given me a body that causes. He could give us a body that doesn't kill all these. It's another stupid thing by Krishna. Giving us a body that kills so many insects. Why? We don't want to. I don't want to kill insects, but we still have a body that forces you to kill insects, no matter what you do.
Oh, you want me to film you now?
If I might
It's
just
just
say,
strange.
there's also happiness that Krishna
Nice.
gives you in the material world.
Not much.
You can no, you can worship demigods.